I'm Steve Osborne, president of the College of Charleston and class of 1973 alumnus. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston's May commencement ceremony. This is This is truly a special day. Graduates, each of you are achieving a personal milestone. Whether you took the traditional approach to your studies or took a different path and are completing your degree later in life, you have made it to this point. You have completed a demanding course of study that will transform your life by opening new doors of opportunity to you, by expanding your worldview, and by providing a solid foundation for you to be a lifelong learner. You should be incredibly proud of yourself for having reached this signature life milestone. You're worthy of all the praise that will be heaped upon you, and indeed worthy of a College of Charleston degree. Please stand and join me as Regan Pelicano, a graduating theater major, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Regan. That was beautiful. Graduates, today, we, the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and loved ones, have the privilege to celebrate with you this joyous day. Many of us have been with you every step of the way, supporting you, offering you words of encouragement, and believing in you. Graduates, before I continue my remarks, and before we award the degrees that you've worked so hard for, please take a moment to stand and to say thank you to everyone in the audience who has been with you throughout this incredible journey. Thank you. Please be seated. You may not realize it, but you and I have been on converging tracks for some time. For you, today represents the culmination of many years of work, many years of studying and learning, many years of essays, reading assignments, group projects, lab reports, midterms, and finals. For some of you, it has meant 4 years at the college, and for some, the time has been shorter or maybe slightly longer. It's taken me a few years to get here as well. As some of you may know, I've worked at the college for the past 13 years, mostly as the Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President of Business Affairs, but this past year, I had the honor of serving you as your president. It's been an incredible experience for me and an extraordinary honor that no words could describe. As an alumnus of this great institution, I thought I loved this institution before, but this past year has taught me that the College of Charleston is even more special than any time I'd ever realized, and that's because of all of you. You, along with the incredible faculty and staff, are what makes this institution so unique, so special. You breathe life into these beautiful buildings. You give voice to this beautiful campus. You make us who we are: smart, caring, bold, passionate, loud, proud, and never, never boring. In many ways, this past year was like a second senior year for me. When it's your final year on campus, the feeling is different. When you know the finish line is just up ahead, it changes your attitude. It makes you a little more reflective and maybe a little nostalgic. You know deep down inside that one incredible chapter is closing while another is about to begin. So as you and I go into this new chapter, one that is both exciting and a little scary, I do want to offer some words of advice along with some quotes from my favorite writers. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's a universal law that you have to offer some kind of advice when you're standing at a lectern and wearing a hot, heavy robe, a funny plush hat, and a gigantic medallion like this. But don't worry, I'll be short and sweet. Remember, although I may be a lover of books, I was a numbers guy throughout my career, so I'll keep it to 4 simple points. Point 1, read everything, and I mean everything. Fiction, nonfiction, novels, short stories, plays, history, news stories, case studies, and blog posts. Be voracious in your reading habits. My life has been informed by reading, and I'm better for it. By reading, you will remain a student forever. You'll never stop learning because the act of reading and thinking of things outside of yourself will keep you sharp. It will open you up to new ideas and new ways of seeing the world. But I also caution you to know your source. Be critical in your thinking. Do your own research. Double-check facts. Don't shortcut and thus shortchange your learning. As John Steinbeck wrote in one of my favorite books, The Grapes of Wrath, and I quote, "You're bound to get ideas if you go thinking about stuff." On behalf of our faculty and staff, I encourage you, I implore you to keep getting ideas and thinking about stuff. In fact, think about a lot of stuff. It will transform your life and the lives of those around you. Point 2, look up from your phones. Be present in the moment. That advice is not just for you, but for everyone here, including me. Technology is a great tool when properly used. It gives us so much, but it also takes us away. It's fascinating to me that these devices have made us more distant from one another through a mirage of constant connectedness. My best moments on this campus, in my life really, were not staring at a small screen in my hand. My best moments when I was meeting and talking with someone like you, learning about your lives, your dreams, and your needs. Point 3, don't stress so much. Remember to breathe and take things as they come. The world is a very complicated place. In my experience, there's not usually one right answer to any situation. As Pat Conroy wrote in Beach Music, no story is a straight line. The geometry of a human life is too imperfect and complex, too distorted by the laughter of time and the bewildering intricacies of fate to admit the straight line into its systems of laws. So don't worry about living a life on the straight line. Your education has prepared you for the imperfect and the complex. And along those lines of living the imperfect and the complex, I would also like to share a few key lines that appeared on a poster that hung in my room during my freshman year. They're from Max Ehrmann's 1927 Desiderata and have inspired me on many different occasions. The lines include, "Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Speak your truth quietly and clearly. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Be yourself. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy." Point 4, roll up your sleeves and get involved. Be active, be busy, because it's in that activity that you will make that difference, both for you and others. That idea of being in the thick of things is perfectly summed up by President Teddy Roosevelt, who delivered a speech in 1910 with one of my favorite passages, and by the way, it's heavily used by LeBron James today. And I quote, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." A spoiler alert, in your life you will have many successes, but you will also fail. But it's your ability to risk failing, to learn from that failing, and to keep trying that will separate you from others. That resiliency and willingness to try again and again are the hallmarks of a College of Charleston graduate. I will leave you with one last quote. It's from Robert Penn Warren's All the King's Men, an all-time favorite book. And I quote, "The best luck always happens to people who don't need it." What I believe is, as a College of Charleston alumnus, you won't need much luck. You have everything you need, all right there in your brain and in your heart. The solutions to countless problems are just waiting for your attention, your creativity, your perspective, your passion. You are ready for the world, and let me tell you, on behalf of the world, we are ready for you. Go dare greatly. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2019. I would like to take a moment to recognize a special guest that we have on stage with us today. She's a dear friend of mine and the retired State Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of South Carolina. Please join me in recognizing the Honorable Jean Toll. Ladies and gentlemen, for the conferring of the honorary degree, I will now be joined by Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees, Demetria Clemens, Trustees Steve Swanson and Beth Burke. Would you please escort Sonia Renee Houston to the lectern? Trustee Penny Rosner, please join me at the lectern as well. I am honored to introduce Sonia Renee Houston, who has elevated broadcast journalism through her intrepid, incisive work on breaking news stories. Whether covering revolutions in Egypt or tsunamis in Southeast Asia, Sonia Renee Houston has time and time again captured the crucial events of the day.
I hereby present Sonia Renee Houston, a widely esteemed producer and devoted alumna whose rigorous work in the field of broadcast journalism has illuminated the most important news stories the world over. In her current position as senior producer for CNN Newsroom, she has covered stories of global resonance, such as the abdication of President Mubarak in Egypt, for which she was recognized with an Emmy Award. She also played a key role in the coverage of events including the September 11 terror attacks, Hurricane Katrina, the Gulf of Mexico oil spill, and the Arab Spring. Her contribution to the highest journalistic standard makes her a fitting candidate for the college's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Sonia Renee Houston, your professional achievement in broadcast journalism is impressive and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Sonia Renee Houston is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Houston. As our students know, this past year on campus has been designated the Year of Women in celebration of the centennial anniversary of women being admitted to the College of Charleston. It is only fitting that our 3 commencement ceremonies have incredible and accomplished women alumni delivering our commencement addresses. I could not be happier to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Sonia Renee Houston. We're extremely fortunate to have Dr. Houston with us today. Her work in broadcast journalism has helped shape the coverage of defining moments in our lives and captivated the hearts and souls of countless people. Her expansive body of work is nothing short of amazing. Before I turn the lectern over to Dr. Houston, I would like to recognize her family that is with us today. We have her wife, Elizabeth Stevens, her mother, Geraldine Houston, her father-in-law, Norman Stevens, and her cousin, Ann Rivas. Would all of you please stand? Thank you. With that, the stage is yours, Dr. Houston.
Wow. President Osborne, Board of Trustees, parents, and most importantly to you, class of 2019. As we say at CNN, breaking news, this just in, you made it, you did it. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. And graduates, the fact that we are all here today is no accident. You started this journey long ago, and you got here with self-determination and a lot of help from your parents and teachers along the way. And on this date, May 10th, Exactly 33 years ago today, I too was where you are on your journey. I was on this cistern below these majestic oaks so beautifully draped with Spanish moss, with my white dress like many of you have on, except for my dress had these huge puffy shoulder pads. But there was one thing that was bigger than those shoulder pads, and that was my hair. It was the 80s. You all remember it. Some of you do anyway. I'm thankful to see this year's look is trending a little more streamlined. Good job. I am honored and humbly grateful to be here to share this amazing day with all of you. And I can't help but get a little emotional thinking about the pride I was feeling on this day so long ago, the pride that many of you are feeling right now. I was the first on my mom's side of the family to graduate from college. And if you indulge me, thank you, I'd like to take a moment to thank my parents for encouraging me to go here to this college, the College of Charleston, because they knew that a degree from this school would open a lot of doors for me. My father is no longer with us, but I'm so proud that my 83-year-old mom is here today to share this with me. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. And thank you to all the moms, dads, guardians, mentors, friends, and family that got this class through this important day today. You did great. Class of 2019, I want to tell you right now, you have what it takes to make any and everything possible. You do. You've put in a lot of hard work to get right here. You've conjugated irregular French verbs. Perhaps you analyzed the Greek mythological references in the poetic works of Milton. Yeah? Some of you? Yeah. Maybe you took your first crack at mass media writing. Or you learned in a Maymester class how to properly rig and trim a sailboat. Or maybe, yeah? Okay. Or maybe like me, you got supremely grossed out dissecting anything in biology lab. Just want to put that out there. All those experiences that this liberal arts college brought to you may seem random and just may seem random to some folks, but I'm here to tell you that all those things you've learned add up to way more than just the hours you spent and earned in class. Today, you're getting your bachelor's or your master's degree, but I'm also here to declare that you're getting your PhD in the most important life study that is, and that is learning about yourself. And while you may not know exactly in this moment what you'll do in life or where your career will take you, I promise you, you have what it takes to meet the challenges life will bring your way, and I'm so excited for you. This afternoon, I just want to share 3 big moments from my life that I hope will help you on this amazing journey you're starting today. Moment number 1, moving forward and moving in positive directions. From an early age, I knew I was interested in writing and communicating, but I had no idea that one day I'd be in a television control room at CNN's world headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, as a producer of a live show anchored by Wolf Blitzer. Wow, Wolf Blitzer. One day at the network, a big story broke while we were on the air, and I calmly said in Wolf's ear, "Wolf, breaking news. CNN has just confirmed North Korea says they have launched a rocket capable of reaching the United States." Just like that. All the show we had planned all day, out the window. Our news writers are writing new scripts. We're booking reporters and analysts from around the globe to help make sense of this scary and complex story for our viewers. My 33-year television career has been filled with all kinds of thrilling and challenging moments like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You may be wondering how I got to CNN. How did I get from this cistern with my big shoulder pads and my big hair to leading breaking news at CNN? I did something simple. I took steps in a positive direction, even though I really didn't know exactly where I was headed. Martin Luther King Jr. gave this advice: take that first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take that first step. So what were some of my first steps? Here at the college, I majored in English literature and minored in communications. In fact, my class was the first to be able to earn that minor here at the school. While I was doing that, I was also editor of the student-run newspaper, The Meteor. A few of our stories, I'll admit, ruffled some feathers. In one standout edition of the paper, we had a front-page story with a big scoop. the president of the college was about to resign. I had carefully checked the facts. I knew my source was solid, but the paper had officially gotten a no comment from the college officials. So if I got the story wrong, I knew I'd be in a lot of hot water. So we took the steps, we printed the story, and it took me way out of my comfort zone. But I did it. The day the paper hit campus, I'm sitting in Rutledge dormitory. I turn on the television, and I turn it on to the local news, and lo and behold, there's Channel 5 reporting my same story. In fact, they're broadcasting live from this campus. I look, and that reporter is holding up my newspaper with my headline. Yeah, it was crazy. So this felt really big. So what did I do? I just got up from my room and ran down the steps of the dormitory. I ran down College Way so quickly that I swear there was smoke coming out of the bricks by the time I reached George Street. I got there, sweating profusely, dressed in my best dorm casual attire, breathing heavy, waited for the reporter to finish her live shot, and I'm like, hey, that's my story, that's my paper, I did that. She wasn't put off by any of that. She just smiled at me and said, nice work. And I said, thank you. So that reporter, her name was Joan, and we would encounter each other many days in the coming weeks because she was on campus covering stories, and she obviously was impressed with my work. And she said to me, hey, are you interested in television? Now, I could have said, well, I've only done print. I don't know if I can do that. I just said, oh, sure, yeah, I can do TV. Why not? So she recommended me for an internship. I applied I got that internship at Channel 5. That in turn led to a full-time job, my first TV news job, where I worked crazy hours for very little pay. And then that in turn led to a job at a bigger television market where I worked crazy hours for a little more pay. And then ultimately, I ended up at CNN. And that's where, in order of importance, I met my wife, and I won an Emmy Award. I had no idea at the time how far that sprint down College Way would take me. On your life's journey, when that big moment comes for you, you need to run toward it and make meaningful connections with people along the way. I'm so thankful that Joan took the time to cheer me on and help me out. And in the midst of those connections, be sure to pay the kindness forward and help others make their dreams come true as well. And that brings me to moment number 2. On your journey, a successful career is important, yes. However, life is not all about building an impressive resume. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. Your truest self, your best you. And sometimes things won't always go as planned. You will encounter situations that shake and challenge you to your very core. A job opportunity you thought was the one ends up being a door slammed in your face. The love interest you were sure was the one turns out not to be. Or death comes for someone you love dearly, as it did for my father. No matter, though, something in this life at some point will turn your world upside down. And that is when you will learn the most about yourself. A day that turned my world upside down was September 11th, 2001. That was one of the most personally unsettling and professionally demanding days of my career. Now, I know class of 2019, many of you probably don't remember it. You were probably maybe 3 or 4 years old, but I will never forget it. On that Tuesday morning, I was at CNN in Atlanta planning my show. Then we got word of a stunning development. A passenger plane had crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. I'll dial up live pictures on my desk, and I watch in horror as a second plane crashed into the South Tower. America was under attack. My CNN team and I produced hours of nonstop live coverage as the whole world experienced the devastating and paradigm-shifting reality of the deadliest terror attack in history on American soil. To get through that coverage, I had to put my fears for myself, my country, and my colleagues aside, and I drew on what I learned here at the college about the world and myself to get it done, and I did. When that stunning and earth-shaking moment comes for you, be it personal or professional, don't be afraid because you are ready for it. All the work you've done here at the college, learning about science, art, philosophy, language, and politics has prepared you to rise to life's challenges. This liberal arts program here has taught you how to be open-minded, adaptable to change, a quick study in many fields, and frankly, it has prepared you to crush it as a Jeopardy contestant. Just one. And finally, moment number 3, believing in yourself. Your family, friends, and professors all gathered here today. They're gathered here because they believe in you. But there will inevitably come a time when antagonists, doubters, and naysayers, they will attack your actions and question your motives. Don't let them sway you from remaining true to God, to yourself, to your profession, or your passion. I've been a journalist all my adult life. I consider it more than a job. It's a calling. I'm so thankful this college helped set me on that path. The Founding Fathers thought a free press was so important to our democracy, they made sure to protect it in the First Amendment of the Constitution. Thomas Jefferson wrote, "Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost." Freedom of the press means that you can get the information you need to make your mind up on an issue or a story. And for me as a journalist, that freedom comes with the responsibility of double and triple checking the facts before they go to air, before we print them online. It's certainly an interesting time to be a journalist. I'm doing my job now in a time when almost daily, the President of the United States calls my life's work fake news. Or even worse, when he gets on Twitter and calls me and my media colleagues the true enemy of the people. I am not the enemy. I eat, sleep, and breathe news on holidays, weekends, and long hours because what I do serves a higher purpose. And I love this country. Yes. Thank you. Some of my colleagues literally risk their lives reporting from war zones and disaster areas so all of you can know what's going on in your world. And I know what we all do makes the world a better place. So class of 2019, when the attacks come in your life, you need to remain true to yourself and to God. You should fight for what you believe in, fight for what is right, and move toward making the world a better place in your own unique way. As President Osborne mentioned earlier, it's the year of women here at the College of Charleston, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of this as we celebrate 100 years of women being admitted as students here. And in that spirit, I wanted to share this quote from Maya Angelou. She said, "A woman in harmony with her spirit is like a river flowing. She goes where she will without pretense and arrives at her destination prepared to be herself and only herself." Class of 2019, you've arrived, so be only yourself. Life is too short to waste your time living someone else's life or meeting others' expectations. No one else can give to the world what you have to offer. No one. So what will your legacy be after you cross this cistern today? You're headed out into the world to make your mark, maybe as a news journalist, or defending a client in court, or protecting the environment from global warming, or writing a novel. Whatever it is you pursue, extend grace to yourself. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. And extend grace to others. My late mother-in-law, Linda, often advised, always do what is right, and you will be okay. Class of 2019, today the torch is passed to you. America needs you. Find out what makes you come alive and do it with all your heart. I want you to sprint down College Way, make the sparks fly off those bricks, and set the world on fire. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Dr. Houston, and thank you for your inspiring remarks. You gave those remarks in front of the faculty of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, including the faculties of the Departments of English and Communication. Did she do all right? Congratulations. I am Provost Brian McGee, and it is my pleasure to announce our William Aiken Fellows. We are pleased to recognize our graduating class of the Aiken Fellows Society. These students are the ones bearing medals hanging from gold and maroon ribbons. Aiken Fellows are all members of our Honors College and were recruited to the College of Charleston based on superior academic performance. As Aiken Fellows, they have participated in a range of activities aimed at their development as scholars and professionals in their fields of choice. All 20 Aiken Fellows are graduating with Latin honors. 15 are graduating summa cum laude. 7 are graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average and are recipients of the John Lewis Gervais Jr. Award. 2 are College of Charleston Colonial Scholars, the most generous scholarship offered at the college. 1 is a recipient of this year's Bishop Robert Smith Award. 1 received the Phi Kappa Phi Award of Merit, and 2 received the Alumni Medal. 16 had international experiences, and all were involved in substantive research in their fields. 1 received a Fulbright grant, another a Fulbright Summer Institute Scholarship. 1 is a Goldwater Scholar. 2 will join Teach for America. 7 are headed to graduate or professional school, 5 of those with funding. 4 have accepted jobs with major corporations. Would the William Aiken Fellows present at the ceremony please stand? Congratulations, and you may be seated. At this afternoon ceremony, we also have 5 students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand as I call your name. Now is not the time to be shy. First, Bethany Elise Fincher, a double major in philosophy and art history. Second, Catherine Hope Hutchison, a double major in political science and international studies. Third, Helen Alexandra Helfgott, a double major in political science and Spanish. Fourth, Harper Adele Richards, a major in psychology. And fifth, Danielle Marie Lafontaine, a major in psychology. Congratulations. Next, we will hear from senior class representatives, the Student Government Association President and the Graduate Student Association President. Alexandra Helfgott will make remarks on behalf of her senior classmates. She is the recipient of the Bishop Robert Smith Award, the highest honor a graduating student can receive at the College of Charleston. The Bishop Robert Smith Award, named for the College of Charleston founder and first president, was established by former President Theodore Stern to recognize students who demonstrate exceptional leadership and academic excellence. Alexandra, please stand one more time and be recognized. Thank you, Alexandra. But before Alexandra presents her remarks, we will hear first from Zachary Stevens, president of the Graduate Student Association, and then from Tripp Keefe, president of the Student Government Association. They will speak on behalf of the graduate and undergraduate student bodies. Zachary.
Good afternoon. My fellow graduate students, completing a graduate degree is not an accidental experience, and it should be noted the countless hours you've put in balancing between work, school, family, faith, and other obligations you may have in your life. But it's paid off for you today, so congratulations. There is a song from the musical drama The Greatest Showman titled "A Million Dreams." This song is especially relevant to students, or at least I found it to be. While I will refrain from singing a few bars, I will quote 2 lines which recur throughout the songs. "A million dreams is all it's going to take, a million dreams for the world we're going to make." I'm unsure how many of us have ever dreamed as a child to complete their master's education. Usually the dream is graduating college. Today marks the closing of a more recent dream, one which designates a commitment to your discipline and a promise to your professional future. I would like to charge each of us today to listen to our dreams and pursue them fervently. More importantly, share your dreams with those around you, as dreams will remain a figment of your imagination until you share them with the world. Your dreams will always impact your own future. But just think for a second what your dreams can unlock in the future of your peers, family, and community. So, class of 2019, let us dream for a world we're going to make.
Hello and congratulations, graduating Cougars. My name is Trip Keefe, and I've had the honor to serve this past year as your undergraduate student body president. It is both an honor and a truly humbling experience to be here today addressing such a distinguished crowd of graduates. I'd like to reflect a little bit with these remarks about our time at this institution and what it means for us. Know thyself. We know these words inscribed on Porter's Lodge, but what do they mean and what advice can they offer us as we move forward in our lives? I am reminded of Socrates, who the Oracle of Delphi asserted was the wisest man in the world because he knew the limitations of his own knowledge, because he knew himself. Marcus Garvey, Jamaican political leader and Pan-African thinker, said that when man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment, the captain of his own ship. We all have gained the knowledge of ourselves here through our rigorous liberal arts education and rich traditions. We are the masters of our environments, but how will we improve them? We are each the captains of our own ships, but where will we steer them? These exciting questions pose opportunities for you all as you graduate from this institution. But I know that seizing these opportunities can be daunting, so I'd like to leave you with some wise words of advice from South African President Nelson Mandela. He said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." So go out, class of 2019, and conquer your fears. Have this courage and be the captains of your own ship. But know that wherever you decide to steer these ships, you always have a safe harbor here at the College of Charleston. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Happy graduation, class of 2019. We're here, can you believe it? In seasons of change, it's easy to look backwards or ahead, both at how far we've come and where we're going. It's in moments like these, the day of our college graduation, that our thoughts take us elsewhere, easily distracting us from the reality of what's actually transpiring. We sit on this stage thinking about our family members in the audience, particularly our moms. Happy Mother's Day out there. What it'll actually feel like to cross the cistern, and maybe even the sweat running down our backs. We think about the many moments we've spent in Cistern Yard, from convocation in August 2015 to Charleston Affair just a few nights ago. How many times have we walked around the cistern to avoid crossing it, to not tempt fate and jinx ourselves from the superstition that those who walk across the cistern before graduation won't actually graduate? We think about our friends, professors, mentors, and family with such appreciation and fondness, but what do we feel right now, in this very moment, as we sit in the cistern for one last time before we become alumni? If we've learned anything in college, it's that time passes quickly, and today is no exception. This ceremony celebrates the culmination of years of hard work, and I challenge all of us to be mindful, to be present in this very moment, because it's going to be over sooner than any of us can imagine. It will quickly become another memory that fades with time, only to be revitalized with the aid of pictures. When your mind invariably wanders, stop. Take a deep breath to ground yourself and bring yourself back to where you are. May 10th, 2019, in the cistern. The chapter behind us is closed, and the chapter ahead of us has not yet started. All that's certain is the moment we're in, and we owe it to ourselves to live fully in this moment on the day of our graduation. Life is a collection of moments, just like this one, and if we allow ourselves to mentally escape, either into the past or the future, we miss out on the present. Memories fade, but feelings last a lifetime. So let's savor this moment, class of 2019. We did it. We made it. Happy graduation. Now I would like to welcome Michael Renaud, class of 1995, who will speak on the behalf of the Alumni Association members.
Good afternoon and welcome. It's a real honor to take part in this ceremony with all of you today in my role as president of the Alumni Association. I have the honor of welcoming all of the newest members to join our family of alumni that is currently over 90,000 strong. You'll be members of an alumni association that was founded in 1888 and exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. This is your alumni association, and I encourage you to become actively involved. This is your time, and it's your college. Take advantage of everything the Alumni Association has to offer you as alumni. As you get ready to start this new phase of your life, I'd like to share a few thoughts as someone who participated in commencement a very long 24 years ago. Make the most of the education that you received here. You're very well prepared for whatever path you take. The friends you made here will be some of the best friends you will ever have. My closest friends are a testament to that. Stay connected with each other and with the college. Come back every year for Spring Alumni Weekend and the Charleston Affair, as well as Fall Alumni Weekend and all the many events throughout the year on campus. Get involved. We have 32 alumni clubs in the United States, three overseas as well, and we're adding more every year. If you move to a city that has a club, join it. If there's not a club where you are, think about starting one. We can certainly help you do that. Lastly, give back. Keep a philanthropic spirit after graduation. It's our duty to give back to our alma mater and make sure that those that come after us will enjoy the same wonderful experience that all of us have. Now there's a tradition I want to share with you involving your College of Charleston class rings. Before graduation, students wear the ring with the seal facing in, but at graduation, the ring is turned around so the seal faces out. This indicates and signifies that you're now alumni of the College of Charleston and fully prepared and ready to go out into the world. You may now turn your rings. Congratulations and good luck to all of you. And please remember the Alumni Association will always be here for you. I'd also like to recognize and thank the members of the Student Alumni Associates who have been serving as the marshals for today's commencement. This ceremony would not be possible without their dedicated work. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. We've already celebrated one degree presentation, and now we will celebrate 700 more. Vice Chair Clemens, Provost McGee, Dr. Houston, Executive Vice President of Student Affairs Alicia Caudill, and Interim Dean of the Graduate School Godfrey Gibbison will assist us with the presentation of the master's degrees. Professor Susan Catwinkle from the Department of Theater and Dance will announce the names and majors of our graduates.
For the School of the Arts, Valerie Morris, Dean of the School of the Arts, and Jerry Hale, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Grant Gilmore, Director of the Master of Arts in Community Planning, Policy, and Design, and Carter Hudgens, Director of the Master of Science in Historic Preservation. For the degree of Master of Arts in Community Planning, Policy, and Design, these are our first graduates of this program. Eliza Conti Bauer. Julia Delora Jones. Kenneth Gerard Maralda. Mr. Maralda has also earned a graduate certificate in urban and regional planning. For the degree of Master of Science in Historic Preservation, Kimberly Joanne Lavin. Catherine Michelle Howard. Rucha Kamut. Dana Marks. Amy Sarah Mendelson. Carrie Michelle Ross. Seda O'Neill Stewart. Christopher G. Tenney. Kendra Wright Waters. Kanae Kwan West. For the School of Business, Alan Shao, Dean of the School of Business, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Mr. Ron Magnuson, Director of the Master of Business Administration, and Professor Robert Hogan, Professor of Accounting. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, William Edward Ackerman III. James Gordon Alderman. Park Shields Beam. Charles Bolick. Thank you. Mitchell Andrew Devine. Michael William DeWolf. Anthony Stephen Disu. Luke Elg. Elizabeth Brooke Fieldsend. Mallory Nicole Getchus. Austin Nicholas Grisham. Alan Russell Gromist. Benjamin Thomas Hamilton. Carter McDaniels Miller. Kelly Aaron Nelson. Austin Albert Parker. Tapper Joseph Patrick. Dylan Gerard Patscott. Matthew James Pelt. Alfred John Phillips. Arlene Middleton Ponder. Catherine Legree Sanders. Camila Jose Sandoval. Alyssa Mary Stano. Diane Sutton. Victoria Elise Toucher. Bernice Weber. Erin Alexandra Young. For the degree of Master of Science in Accountancy, Mary Beth Casaro. Jonathan Thomas Comer. Hannah Catherine Kramer. Lily Anna English. Kyle Avery Ergel. Benjamin Lee Hillebrand. Kieran Martin Hoga. Elizabeth Grace Kershey. Anastasia Olivia Maley. Henry Woodard Middleton. Charlotte Barnett Ralston. Amanda Lee Thomas. Stephanie Elizabeth Verdery. Ms. Verdery has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. For the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance, Frances Welch, Dean of the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Kelly White, Director of the Master of Arts in Teaching Early Childhood Education, Professor Laura Turner, Director of the Master of Arts in Teaching Performing Arts Education, Professor Emily Beck, Director of the Master of Education in Languages, Professor John Peters, Director of the Master of Education in Science and Mathematics for Teachers, Professor Christine Finnan, Director of the Master of Education in Teaching, Learning, and Advocacy, and Professor Ann Gutschel, Chair of the Department of Teacher Education. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Early Childhood Education, Kaylee Gail Cheatham. Charlotte Edna Furr. Kathleen Ruth Gallagher. Samantha Rose Mainman. Dawn Elizabeth Riggins. Emily Elizabeth Watts. Ms. Watts has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Elementary Education, Madeline Page Black. Ms. Black has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. David Ray Bovers. Emily Lauren Pascal. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Performing Arts Education, Emily Pierce Simonian Caitlin. Ms. Caitlin has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Camille Tonette Hayes. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Special Education, Erica L. Lucas. For the degree of Master of Education in Languages, Catherine Elizabeth Keys. Ms. Keys has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Mary Luchansky. Julie Michelle Miller. For the degree of Master of Education in Science and Mathematics for Teachers, Alexis Taylor Miller. Jennifer Lynn Thompson. For the degree of Master of Education in Teaching, Learning, and Advocacy, Ashley Marie Burr. Jennifer Ann Croucher. Ms. Croucher has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Jamie Catherine Fischio. Alexandra Lauren Harefield. Allison Lee Harley. Hillary Henry. Jessica Trask. Mariah Lynn Warren. For the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Jerry Hale, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Mike Lee, Director of the Master of Arts in Communication, Professor Mike Duvall, Director of the Master of Arts in English, Professor Jason Coy, Director of the Master of Arts in History, Professor Emily Roscoe, Director of the Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, Professor Judith Millison, Director of the Master of Public Administration, and Professor Susan Simonian, Director of the Master of Science in Child Life. For the degree of Master of Arts in Communication, Sarah Ann Bird. Sierra Rose Christian. Paige Elizabeth Hardy. Nia Kere Struthers. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, Jennifer Marie Jump. For the degree of Master of Arts in History, Madeline Savannah Ware. Ms. Ware has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. For the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, John Luke Byrne. Thomas Ryan Coughlin. Christine Elizabeth McSwain. Sarah Gail Mullins. Ms. Mullins has also earned a graduate certificate in arts management. Emma Frances Kathleen Stow. Michaela Robin Watkins. For the degree of Master of Public Administration, Macy Brooke Adams. Ashton Patricia Bosser. Having completed her studies in the concurrent degree program, Ms. Bosser will also receive an MS in Environmental Studies. Danielle Marie Bloom. Melton Lee Bundrick. Having completed his studies in the concurrent degree program, Mr. Bundrick will also receive an MS in Environmental Studies. He has also received the Outstanding Student Award for the concurrent degree program. Patrick Ryan Carlson. Brooke Alexander Durham. Stephen Kent Fletcher. Trenard Harvin. John Lucas Hernandez. Having completed his studies in the concurrent degree program, Mr. Hernandez will also receive an MS in Environmental Studies. John Edward Lambert. Abigail Britton Locatus Prochaska. Having completed her studies in the concurrent degree program, Ms. Locatus Prochaska will also receive an MS in Environmental Studies. Marla Cochran Robertson. Ms. Robertson has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Melanie Eva Maria Seidel. Ms. Seidel has also earned a graduate certificate in arts management. She has also received the Outstanding Student Award for the certificate program. Chloe Elizabeth Stuber. Ms. Stuber has also earned a graduate certificate in urban and regional planning. She has also received the Outstanding Student Award for the certificate program. For the degree of Master of Science in Child Life, Dean Hale will be joined by Francis Welch, Dean of the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance. For the degree of Master of Science in Child Life, Hannah Elizabeth Boyd. Abigail Jewel Davis. Alexandria Keeley Frazier. Brooke Spencer Hale. Shannon Marie Kelly. Madeline Ann Kinzel. Natalia Audrey Piedad. Hannah Elizabeth Rosenblatt. Blair Ross. Ms. Ross has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Laurel Catherine Toohey. Ms. Toohey has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. For the School of Sciences and Mathematics, Sebastian Van Delden, Interim Dean of the School of Science and Mathematics, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Renee McCauley, Director of the Master of Science in Computer and Information Sciences, Professor Annette Watson, Director of the Master of Science in Environmental Studies, Professor Greg Plant, Director of the Master of Science in Marine Biology, and Professor Annalisa Collini and Professor Martin Jones, Co-Directors of the Master of Science in Mathematical Sciences. For the degree of Master of Science in Computer and Information Sciences, Sumaya Omar Al-Swalim. Zachary Max Bedell. Kevin E. Hyo Cheng. Gabrielle Elizabeth Cozart. Ms. Cozart has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Luis Felipe Mejia Ricard Caba. Thomas Frederick Nash. Tyler Patrick Newman. Hassam Stewell Solano Morel. Casey Allen Wilson. Mr. Wilson has received the Outstanding Student Award for his program. Mr. Wilson has also earned a graduate certificate in cybersecurity. For the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Studies, Dean Van Delden will be joined by Jerry Hale, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. Ashton Patricia Bosser. Melton Lee Bundrick. John Lucas Hernandez. Hannah Marie Cool.
You're walking again. You're Abigail.
Abigail Britton Locatus Prochaska. Brittany Whittingham Parker. Zachary Eugene Spencer. Blake Alexander Waring. Mr. Waring has received the Outstanding Student Award for his program. Chelsea Kingsland Woodruff. For the degree of Master of Science in Marine Biology, Amanda Lee Bayless. Sarah Elizabeth Kell. Teresa Elizabeth Pop. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematical Sciences, Tristan James Aft. Colin Eric Alstad. Mr. Alstad has received the Outstanding Student Award for his program. Wallace C. O'Rear. Albert Alejandro Cerna. Spencer Bryce Wilder.
Will all master's degree candidates please rise. By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the Graduate School of the University of Charleston, South Carolina, at the College of Charleston, and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you degree of Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Science as appropriate, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Here at the College of Charleston, the Artium Baccalaureatus degree, the AB degree in Classics, requires significant coursework in both Greek and Latin. AB majors at other universities require significant coursework in only Greek or Latin. The College of Charleston has awarded this degree for more than 2 centuries. That grand tradition continues today. Will the following candidates please come to center stage? Jennifer Catherine Curtis, a major in history. Zaria Elise Taylor, a major in psychology. And Jordan Ashley D. Gregorio, a double major in religious studies and classics. Wait. I ask those on stage to remain seated. However, it is tradition that the audience stand when this degree is awarded. Would the audience in Cistern Yard please rise? Curatoribus autorietatum tribuentibus hosuinus inhumanioribus literis praeclare eruditos ad gradum Artitum Baccalaureatus admissi. Congratulations. 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 The audience may be seated. Now joining us in awarding the bachelor's degrees will be Vice Chair Clemens, Dr. Houston, and Dr. Caudill. Professor Susan Catwinkle from the Department of Theater and Dance and Professor Cynthia May from the Department of Psychology will announce the names and majors of our graduates. Upon the successful completion of all degree requirements and with the recommendations of the faculty, I have the honor to present the bachelor degree candidates of 2019.
Assisting with graduates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences will be Dean Gerald Hale. For the bachelor's degree in anthropology, joining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, chair of the department. Christopher Wade Bullock. Evan William Sizzler, also meets requirements for archaeology. Gabrielle Michaela Downing. Grace Hedrick, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. The Honors College certificates were awarded by Dean Tricia Folds Bennett at a separate ceremony. Claudia Linnea Elfing Olin. Elena Renee Foster also meets the requirements for archaeology. Samantha Kathleen Fresh. Sydney Gordon Gilbreth, cum laude. Sarah Catherine Helms. Hannah Catherine James, cum laude, also meets the requirements for archaeology. Zachary John Kaminsky also meets the requirements for archaeology. Laura Royce Oprish, magna cum laude. Daniel Justin Oxendine also meets the requirements for archaeology. Pablo Mariano Palacios, magna cum laude. Eileen Augusta Peters also meets the requirements for communication. Hillary Ann Rocket also meets the requirements for religious studies. Kendra Nicole Rodell. Daniela Halise Steele. Grace Emmanuel Timmons, cum laude. Willa Duval Tuggle. Megan Lee White also meets the requirements for religious studies. For the bachelor's degree in communication, joining us will be Professor Jennifer Kopman, chair of the department. Abby Nicole Edelman. Philippa McBride Allen. Jacob Philip Anders. Christine Collins Anderson. Alyssa Diane Anderson. Emily K. Antonino. Tessa Huntington Baker, cum laude. Kelsey Morgan Baum, magna cum laude. Desiree Evangeline Belsom, magna cum laude. Adina Beshligich. Andrew Hunter Bishop. Aaron Blakeney. Melissa Kristen Boehm. Carrie O'Shea Bowles. Lauren Michelle Bristow. Hannah Aviva Rubin Broder. Ryan Elizabeth Bronstein. Alexandra Keene Brown, cum laude. Louisa Caroline Brunson. Anna Louise Burgess. Crystal Darlene Cade. William Calvert. Julia Cardy. Alexis Klein Shimon. Haley Alexandra Clark, cum laude. Elizabeth Howell Cochran. Michaela Ray Connell. Kendra Lyden Connors, cum laude. Cameron Joseph Koslow. Elizabeth Mary Coons. Savannah Lee Crocker also meets the requirements for women's and gender studies. Suzanne Brooke Davenport, cum laude. Jacob Brady Deschek. McCloy Dean Dixon. Michael Worth Dombrowicki. Brett Alexandra Dreisel. Sophia Mika Elbayati. Sade Ellie, cum laude. Emily Rose Enright. Ryan Nicholas Philippone. Sybil Maria Fisher. Kinsey Nicole Fitzwater. Caitlin Marley Fontanilla. Leanna Jade Gainsborough, magna cum laude. Zoe Raven Garner. Alexander Falcon Gershon. Mr. Gershon is receiving a certificate in communication. John Thomas Gilchrist, cum laude. Carrie Lee Grana. Carolyn Elizabeth Gowan. Kristen Michelle Greeley. Dustin Emil Hacker, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for Spanish. Laura Elizabeth Hall, cum laude. Madeline K. Hammond. Sydney Elizabeth Harper, magna cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Harris. Grace Nicole Hartley. Caitlin Emily Hayden. Alexandra Nicoletta House. Abigail Marie Hawkins, cum laude. Elena Leslie Hay. Kirsten Annalise Helmy. Megan Ashley Herlihy, cum laude. Courtney Celeste Hicks, also meets the requirements for African American Studies. Shelby Page Higdon. Greer B. Hiltebeidel. Sarah Constance Holbrook. William Taylor Howell. Austin Jackson. Nicholas Quinn Jeffcoat. Emma Louise Jennings, cum laude. Taylor Nicole Johnson. Tiffany Amber Kuiper. Daniel Charles Kestenbaum. Caitlin Renee Kissabeth. Emily Lynn Nepper, cum laude. Harley Lorraine Kowalski. Morgan James Krongold. Aaron Ruth Kundinger. Jesse Livingston Kunz, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Julian Philip Kushnick. Ashlyn Marie Lariche. Margaret Mary Letty. Natalie Lennon, magna cum laude. Patricia Leonardi. Emily Ann Livingstone. Leah Rebecca Loring. Stevie Nicole Lohman. Caroline Hope Lumpkin. Kevin Michael Luongo, cum laude. Jade Samantha Michaelo, cum laude. John Mahoney. Sawyer Elena Martin, cum laude. Olivia Rose Maurer. Hunter McCaskill. Marissa Ruth McConnell. Casey Patrick McNaboe. Caroline Adele McNamara. Shannon Delaney Miles. Braden Lee Mitchell. Caroline Dorothy Mooney, cum laude. Megan Lynn Mueller. Connor Liam Muller. Haley B. Murray. Liana Michelle Nurcho. Michaela Marie O'Brien. William Coleman Ott also meets the requirements for arts management. Jessica Elizabeth Parks also meets the requirements for political science. Jessica Taylor Pierce. Sean Patrick Pedernales. Abigail Jean Prokop. Louisa Tynan Porter. Kyle Purvis. Adam Daniel Rascon. Madeline Florence Rager. Anna Elizabeth Red. Emily O. Reed. Mariana Restrepo. Rebecca Caroline Revel. Daisy Adele Rode. Alexis Catherine Rizzolo, cum laude. Charlie Rhett Robinette. Ashley Elizabeth Robinson. Maynard Robinson, Jr. Dominic Joseph Romano. Kelly Lyndon Rosenblatt, magna cum laude. Katrina R. Scholl. Frances Elizabeth Schulte. Clayton James Sears. Madison R. Schaefer. Kristen Lee Shore, cum laude. Velvet Mignon Simmons. Sydney Brooke Siniard. Brooks Margaret Sloan. William Stephen Spring. Rebecca Leanne Steele. Iliad Stiglitz Courtney. Sarah Catherine Swinford. Amanda Sarah Tenelian, cum laude. Elizabeth Ellen Tedesco. Hannah Lee Terry, cum laude. Noah Anthony Thiesing, also meets the requirements for Spanish. Emily Morgan Thistle, cum laude. Madeline Tishman. Mary Holly Tapa. Robert Teresi. Jane Han Trapnell. Eleni Tributaris, cum laude, also meets the requirements for Spanish. Victoria Michaud Vanderbeck. Noah Patrick Wagner Belk. Emily Howard Walker. Jane Studemeyer. Ashante Felicia Renee Waugh. Blaze Wilson. John Randolph Wilson. Kelsey Elizabeth Wilson. Christy Anna Woodson. Chelsea Ann Zadrowski. Sarah Ives Chunky, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in English, joining us will be Professor Julia Eichelberger, representing the department. Emily Page Anderson, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for psychology and the Honors College. Brittany Aquino. Terry Andrew Byer, magna cum laude. Alyssa Danielle Bolware, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Macy Brown. Annabelle Stewart Carrington, also meets the requirements for secondary education cognate. Lauren Marie Salucci, cum laude. Anna Pearson Chalstrom. Allison LaDeja Davis. Margaret Wynne Dunavant, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish. Rachel Olivia Fowler. Lily Sue Frederick, magna cum laude. Cassidy Blythe Frierson, cum laude. Morgan Emily Galvez, magna cum laude. Victoria Lynn Guerin, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Teresa Gilhini. Mydrick Juwan Hall. Haven Ray Hardy, cum laude. Carter Hamilton Holland. Maddie Elizabeth Hucks, summa cum laude. Benjamin Eichelberger Hutchinson. Samantha Jones, cum laude. Jules Kemp. James Scott Keim Jr. also meets requirements for German and the Honors College. Philip Michael Kiltenstein. Mr. Kiltenstein is receiving a certificate in English. Brett Ashley Corona, magna cum laude. Rebecca Lindahl. Madison Nicole Ling, cum laude. Michelle Nanarone. Elizabeth Allison Parrish. Jonathan Regal. William Robert Roebuck. Candace Helen Rohr, magna cum laude. Estelle Rose Rousfeld. Thomas Brian Sanders. Ethan Scott Shapiro also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Bridget Kathleen Sinstrup, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for communication. Darian Renee Spencer. Summer Zoe Standiford. Abram Wilson Stewart. Emily Brett Warner. Casey Breyer Warnick, also meets the requirements for psychology. Samantha Love Watson, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in history, joining us will be Professor Bill Olenizak, representing the department. Jacob Daniel Brown. Morgan Barner Byers, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for biology and the Honors College. Jamie Renee Cobb. Jennifer Catherine Curtis, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for classics. Noah Dubois. Alexandra Furlong. Thomas Anthony Garrett IV. Jenna Louise Goodman, magna cum laude. Faith Westcott Hadrick. Helen Grace Philpott Hall. Lakeisha Denise Harris, magna cum laude. Justin B. Levine. Mr. Levine is receiving a certificate in history. Wesley A. McNeely. Grace Lucas Muir. Jessica Haley Ray, cum laude. Lois Victoria Reynolds. William Taylor Rowe. Daniel James Smith. Shelby Christine Sweet. Thomas Joseph Wilsey. For the bachelor's degree in philosophy, joining us will be Professor Larry Krasnoff, chair of the department. Bethany Elise Fincher, top honors, also meets the requirements for philosophy. This is philosophy. Oh, it was art history. It's not what's on here. Joshua Cantor also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jimmy Haltran Moore II. For the bachelor's degree in political science, joining us will be Professor Gibbs Knotts, chair of the department. Abigail Claire Anderson. Anne Grace Arneman, magna cum laude. Logan Brooks Autry. Jarrett Kotzlards Bodie. Evan Michael Back. Kendall Ann Bailey, also meets the requirements for international studies and the Honors College. Patrika Benjamin. Sophia Rose Beyer, magna cum laude. Brooke Isabella Borges, magna cum laude. Celia Page Bote, also meets the requirements for international studies. Caroline Manis Bracken, cum laude. Caitlin Taylor Bryant. Kyla Burridge. Catherine C. Call. Olivia Aaron Casey, also meets the requirements for psychology. Matthew James Catalano. Lanesa Anaya Clarkson, also meets the requirements for African American Studies. Lauren May Collins. Isabella Salanti Cruz. Ethan Mayer Davis, also meets the requirements for African American Studies. Jordan Levy Day. Hannah Jessica D., magna cum laude. Athena Bren Domingo. Ross Lewis Erler. David Gabriel Edward Ellis. Annalisa Katarina Esch, cum laude, also meets the requirements for historic preservation and community planning. Olakemi Olabukola Fatade, cum laude. Julia Kathleen Ferguson. Isabel Rebecca Findyson. Shayla Joan Flores. Lauren Mary Gabamonte. Adam Craig Gainey. Kristen Lauren Gartner, cum laude, also meets the requirements for geology. Joseph Reed Gilchrist, cum laude. Thomas Wayne Goss. Angus Calhoun Gracie. Savannah Jean Hardcastle. Molly E. Henderson. Cornell Lori Patrick Taylor Holland, magna cum laude. Timothy DeCass Housand, cum laude, also meets requirements for German. Janaya Ramanique Hunter. Zaineb Zahara Hussein, also meets requirements for international studies. Catherine Hope Hutchison, top honors, also meets requirements for international studies and the Honors College. Caitlin Ingram. Benjamin Danzinger Cantor, cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Aliyah Talib Kapasi, cum laude, also meets the requirements for international studies and the Honors College. Mackenzie Caton Keene, also meets the requirements for psychology. Sean Patrick Killian, also meets the requirements for urban studies. Helen Alexandra Helfgott, top honors, also meets the requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Alexandra Fondren King. Olivia Lee Liska, magna cum laude, international studies. Doris Elizabeth McGowan. Rika Mancheretti. Samantha Jane McCarthy, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Women's and Gender Studies and the Honors College. Amelia Ann McConnell. Lindsay Adair McGrath, also meets the requirements for communication. Taylor Mackenzie McGrath. Joseph Aaron McGuire, also meets the requirements for international studies. Joel Garrett Milliken. Harold Sanjay Patel. Zachary Gaines Plaster. Julia Elena Prince, cum laude. Sarah Virginia Quick. Bella Zena Rakelin. Clayton Todd Reeves. Griffin Charles Rose. Mallory Paige Royer, magna cum laude. Anna Eloise Sandgren, also meets requirements for international studies. Stephanie Lauren Selker, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for German and the Honors College. Kyati Kamlesh Kumar Shah. Dylan Bland Shropshire. Joseph Trail Siegel. Jordan Stephanie Simpson. Andrew Sindel. William Dunn Smith. Kimberly Larice Stowers. Benjamin Allen Tamsky, cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Trojankowski. Michael John Umbach. Laura Delight Jean von Tartwijk. Sarah Virginia Villafonnier, also meets the requirements for sociology. Noah Winzig. Caitlin M. Young.
For the bachelor's degree in psychology, joining us will be Professor Dan Greenberg, chair of the department. April Pearl Alvey. Samantha Amaracha Anyim, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Laura Daniela Arceniegas Patino, cum laude. Anne Garrett Askins. Leonardo Alexander Avgulovich, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Haley Beth Babb. Mariah Christine Badamy. Anna Kathleen Baker. Ashley Kaya Berman, magna cum laude. Scarlett Fagan Bott. Andrea Caldron. Connor Mackenzie Karaman. Madeline K. Centracchio. also meets requirements for studio art. Michael Terry Chester. Janaya Chantel Clavon. Megan Sean Cox. Sophia Mary D'Ambrosi. Ashley Helen Danielle. Casey Joe DeHaven. Anthony Robert Dean, magna cum laude. Alexander Johann Dixon. Olivia Kelly Drum. Caitlin Lee Eldred. Holly Heimel Fleischman, magna cum laude. Brittany Lynn Fuller, cum laude. Madison Keeley Fusco. Brianna M. Gerhart. Haley Brooke Glover. Taylor Janae Goodwin. Nicole Julia Grabara. Savannah Elizabeth Dismuke Gimmerange, cum laude. Jewel Day Gerba. Kayla Aubin Hardy, cum laude. Robin Neely Hayes. Noelle Elizabeth Hearn. Benedict Henning, cum laude. Danielle Rose Hollingsworth. Caitlin Marie Hunter. Leanna Britton Jacobs, cum laude. Eden Nicole Jennings. Olivia Vaughn Jones, summa cum laude. Kylie Michelle Joseph. Katerina Reka Judge. Michael Chrysostom Kavalik. Carolina Kozlowskaita. Bailey Elizabeth Keck. Eleni Anna Kefalides, also meets requirements for sociology. Kayla Jasmine Kelly. Brittany Nicole Knight. Sarah Temple LaFond. Danielle Marie LaFontaine, top honors. Emily Page Lapidus, cum laude. Nicholas James Leonard. Alexis Nicole Lobel. James Wolfgang Lopez. Zoe Alexis Lewers. Tess Renee Marshall, cum laude. Mary Grace McCormick, cum laude. Michael Flynn McCullough, Jr. Connor Elizabeth McElhenney. Jenna Raylan McIntosh. Kylie Delaney McShane. Devin Kelly McSween, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Shayna Alyssa Medlin, cum laude. Evelyn Riley Montgomery. Michaela Delaney Mulready. Sarah Catherine Newell. Sophie Victoria Nemasek. Christabel Outen. Francesca Marie Papaziz also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jacob John Peller, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emily Faith Peters. Cameron Grace Pilder. Orion Matthew Polkowski, cum laude. Elijah Anderson Reese, magna cum laude. Madison E. Reese. Harper Adele Richards, top honors. Caroline Kelly Richardson. Madeline Elizabeth Rodefer. Emma Elizabeth Sandgren. Catherine Maxine Schmarter, magna cum laude. Katie Elaine Schneider, cum laude. Jarena Ashley Moline Scott. Emma Young Sen. David S. Shelton. Clara Marie Schreier. Tess Elizabeth Szymanski, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Simmons. Madison Ann Sloan. Christiana Sierra Stokes. Allison Rose Swale. Zaria Elise Taylor, cum laude. Trad Logan Tobin, cum laude. Meredith Noel Tunney. Sierra Ann Ubertali. Morrow Victoria Van Valer Campbell. Tasia Narenda Vivahari. Also meets requirements for the Honors College. Anna Claire Walker. Magna cum laude, also meets requirements for studio art. Delaney McGee Wallace, magna cum laude. Claire Ryland Walter. Carolyn Salisbury Watrous. Juliana J. Wells. Grace Ann West. William Joshua West. Celia C. Wisman, cum laude. Anna Catherine White, magna cum laude. Andrew Whitfield. Taylor Lane Whitlow. Alexandra L. Wiggins, summa cum laude. Hannah Williams. Kayla J. Wolfberg, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for marketing. Sandy Yang, magna cum laude. Carson Olivia Yates, also meets requirements for sociology. Gabriella Leilani Young. Natalie Ann Young. David Nathaniel Zimmerman. For the bachelor's degree in religious studies, joining us will be Professor Elijah Sigler, chair of the department. Lauren Margaret DeFeo, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for anthropology. Lee Bancroft Duncan, Jr. Amanda Grace Wood. Annie Dolers Rona, also meets requirements for sociology. For the bachelor's degree in sociology, joining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, chair of the department. Peyton Elizabeth Alexander. Rachel Olivia Baber. Ellen Devon Baldridge, cum laude. Mia Isabella Ballman. Casey Madison Baltz. Catherine Summers Blanchet, cum laude. Brett Donnelly Biselowitz. Richard Kaysen Brown. Anne Margaret Carocchio. Alyssa Angel Crespo, cum laude. Krista Savannah Day, magna cum laude. Madeline Faith Dowling, cum laude, also meets requirements for psychology. Carolyn Joan Edwards. Lauren Mackenzie Floyd. Corey Christine Fulford, cum laude. Taylor Anna Maria Glock. Catherine S. Green, magna cum laude. Isaac Lewis Greenbaum. Katie Lauren Greenway, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for urban studies. Talia Austin Gulino. Samantha Faith Houle. Darian Danielle Huff. Amber Sierra Kitt. Madison Janice McDougall, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Michaela Joy McManus, also meets requirements for psychology. Samantha Missette. Miss Missette is receiving a certificate in sociology. Grayson Timms Morin. Olivia Steele Morgan. Anna Alea Moya. Abby Rose Noonan. Curran Michael Page. Madeline Lamar Payne. Sarah Pilling. Ethan Scott Reed. Victoria Cassidy Ridgway. Amy E. Smith, cum laude. Randy Lynn Smith. Brianna Jeanette Uracy Sullivan. Diamond Thompson. Irene Biggers Tuma. Ayana Sharice Victoria Walker, cum laude. Lily Richmond Walker. Elizabeth Hunter Wallace, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Jamie Sage West, magna cum laude. Nora Taylor Wright. For the bachelor's degree in urban studies, joining us will be Professor Melinda Lucca Kelly, director of the program. Morgan Casey Gacchione. Bianca Isabella La Paz, cum laude. Elizabeth Teresia Sunberg. Natalie Tucker. For the bachelor's degree in women and gender studies, joining us will be Professor Chris DeWeld, director of the program. Catherine Bradley Burris, also meets requirements for political science. Caitlin Danielle Bird. Emily Ann Callahan. Viviana Mercedes Moore. Caroline Palsy. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Professional Studies will be Dean Godfrey Gibson. For the bachelor's degree in general studies, joining us will be Professor Graham Coetzer, director of the program. Today's graduate is the first for this program. Mackenzie Raquel Langford. For the bachelor's degree in professional studies, Latasha Hetty Andrade. Amber Layton. Crystal Latrell Richardson. Nicole Lynn Gironda.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Professional Studies, or Bachelor of Science as earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Graduates, as you know, you didn't do this alone. Your degree is not an individual effort. I would like to recognize your mentors, the faculty members who led you in lectures and group discussions and laboratory work. Please join me in thanking your professors for their expert teaching and their dedication to your education, both inside and outside the classroom. Now, as alumni of the College of Charleston, you join an amazing circle of men and women, including our commencement speaker you heard today, who are dedicated to making a difference and being a success. You will meet and unite with many alumni throughout your life's travels. They will welcome you and encourage you now and forever. And so in your beginning moments as graduates of this great institution, let those alumni here today give you that first of so many encounters. Will all of the College of Charleston alumni on stage and in the audience please stand and welcome our fellow alumni, the class of 2019. Thank you. Please be seated. We're almost there. Graduates, I send you forth with best wishes as you begin the adventures that lie ahead, and we, the college community, look forward to welcoming you back to this campus on future visits. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in congratulating the class of 2019. you.